How is it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have got some more changes to make on the GR86 to test out some new parts. To give you guys an update on a product that I showed you, I don't remember if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, but it was the trunk brake light. If you haven't seen that video yet, definitely check it out above. It's essentially a brake light that's integrated into this black piece on the trim here that connects both of the taillights. Looks really cool, but after I installed it, I told you that I wasn't completely sold, and I actually did decide to uninstall it because I wasn't absolutely in love with it. So that is available if anyone is interested. But today we have another lighting product for the rear end of the car. This is a new set of taillights from HighRevSports.com. I haven't opened these up yet, but if I recall correctly, they look very similar to a set of taillights that I tested before. However, there are a few key differences that may make you opt for this version over the other. So let's go ahead and open this up, take a look. I'll uninstall the stock lights, install these, go through the functions, and then I can show you how they look on the car. Oh, I wasn't actually expecting another box in here. This is nice. So we got this nice box here. I was honestly just thinking that the taillights were gonna be in that other cardboard box, but I'm always a sucker for nice packaging, so props on that. Feels fancy. Got a license plate here. Looks to be very well packed. And then we have the taillights themselves. So these are their Elite Series taillights. This is the SBR version, which I believe stands for smoked lens, black base, and red running light. So I'm gonna get these unpacked and I will give you guys a closer look. So here are the taillights out of the box. I'm gonna keep the wrapping on until I get them installed on the car. But like I said, we've got the smoke lens on the camera. It seems like they look a little dark, but in person they're not as dark. I'll try and show you guys that once it's installed on the car. I'll back the car outside if I have to. But we've got the smoke lens, we have a matte black base, and then this red sea light section here, I'm assuming is the running light. And in the middle, we've got the turn signal and brake light. Now, the first thing that catches my eye and that I absolutely love about these is the fact that they maintain the OEM tail light shape. So you have that indent section in the middle part right here, where a lot of other aftermarket taillights I've seen have just a smooth lens all the way across, so it doesn't flow well into that black trim piece on the trunk. Because these maintain that shape, you have this section here that's gonna flow right into that trim piece, and I think it's gonna look a whole lot better. They also include this little tool right here. This looks like a normal Allen key, but this is actually a security bit tool that's gonna help to remove the screws holding on the trim piece to the OEM taillight that you'll need to transfer over. I haven't seen any other taillights that include this little tool, so props to them on the attention to detail. It's gonna make it a little bit easier for you so you don't have to go out and buy a security bit set. And then on the back side, we have an OEM style connector, so this should be plug and play. And we also have this extra wire, which I'm assuming controls the sequential turn signal feature. More on that later. But let's go ahead and get the stock tails off that and get these installed. We're working on the driver's side here. The first thing we'll do is remove this trim piece. So take a plastic pry tool, we'll stick it into this gap and pry towards the back of the car, and it should pop off. And that's gonna reveal these two 10mm bolts. Yes, I know I'm missing a screw right here. The body shop didn't seem to think I needed that, but we'll remove these. And then there's one more on the top of the taillight to remove. With those removed, you should be able to pull the taillight straight back off of the car. The tabs on the outer side here are gonna give you the most resistance. I've seen a trick, I don't remember where I saw it, but people taped some masking tape straight on here and all the way back so you have something to pull, just do multiple layers. But be careful when you're pulling it because you don't want it to just pop off and then scratch your paint down here. So you may want to have a helping hand there. Since I've done this a decent amount of times, it should come off pretty easy. And then I just need to unplug it, which is easier said than done. Ugh. Come on. Fuck you. There we go. Taking a look at the stock tail light here. This is the trim piece that I was referring to earlier that we'll need to transfer over. So if you look on the back side of the taillight, you'll see these two screws here that you'll need a security bit for, which is where this tool comes into play. So remove those and we'll transfer this over to the new light. To install the new light, we'll just plug this right in. This has a decent amount of excess, so we'll just tuck this down there. And then we just need to feed this outer section onto the clips that I was talking about earlier to get everything lined up. Once it's lined up, it should slide right into place. And then we just need to reinstall those bolts. I'm gonna get this side quickly done, and then we can run through the functions. Real quick before I run through the functions, look at this, I was right. It flows perfectly into this trim piece. The angles are spot on. And then if you look at the fitment, the gap around the edges, super clean. 10 out of 10 on fitment. Hopping inside the car, the first thing that I'll do is turn the lights on, and you get this cool startup animation that's nice and quick. It's kind of a Tetris effect on the bottom and then flashing on the top side. So this is what the car is gonna look like when you're driving around at night with your lights on. And then I'll step on the brakes here, and that's gonna be the middle section there for the brakes. And if I hit the hazards, this is gonna be the turn signals. So you can see I have it set to the sequential turn signal function right now, so it goes across that section. If you don't like that and you want just a regular blinking turn signal, all you have to do is unplug that connection on the back side of the taillight and you'll get a regular blinking turn signal. I like this effect, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. Let me turn the lights off and I'll hit the brake again so you can see that. And hit the hazards again. And there you have it, guys. So what do you guys think? Personally for me, these are my favorite taillights that are currently available on the market for a couple different reasons. The main one being the lens design. I feel like taillights that smooth this out and get rid of that indent ruin this whole design. But because they incorporated that, it just works aesthetically like it's supposed to. I also love this retro design of the sea lights, and the sequential turn signals look cool as hell. You can turn those off if you'd like. They really capture you from the beginning. They've got the nice packaging, it's packaged well. They pay attention to the small details, so you get that specialty tool that I haven't seen elsewhere, so you don't have to go out and buy a specialty bit set. The fitment is spot on. I really don't have much to complain about, so I'm curious what you guys think. Comment down below your thoughts, and if you want to pick up a set of these for yourself, I'll drop the link down in the description. But if you're looking to change up the lighting on your car, not just the rear end, I have a few things to show you. I just recently added a couple new overlay options on the driven.media website. If you're rocking the stock tail lights, you can still get the light smoke or dark smoke, but I also added a red and yellow turn signal option. And as you can see down here for the reverse light, I have the red option installed here. Looks great, especially on the red. But I also added a dark stealth that's kind of like a matte black. So it blends in perfectly with the black portion of the bumper. So that's actually what I'm gonna go with. So I'm gonna take this off, peel the red off, and then I'll show you guys what the dark stealth looks like. Super easy to install, just like that. So here it is. Not sure how well it's gonna translate on camera, but hopefully you can see that it has a matte black finish and blends in perfectly with the rest of the black plastic on the bottom section of the bumper here, as opposed to the light smoke and the dark smoke. Those have a gloss finish to them. So I think I'm gonna stick with this because I like how it blends in and gives it a nice stealth look. This is to show you that you can still very easily see your reverse lights even with the overlay installed, especially if you have LED bulbs, which brings me to the next thing. I have LED upgrades available on driven.media now for pretty much every single bulb you can change on the car. So if you want brighter reverse lights, if you want to change the map lights and get rid of those old orange halogen bulbs, or the welcome lights underneath your door, or in your vanity mirror, or inside the trunk, I have all of those available. So if you're interested in a cheap and easy upgrade, check them out on the website. There you go, guys. That is gonna do it for today. Huge shout out to HighRevSports.com for the beautiful set of taillights. I honestly really tried to find something to nitpick about these, and I really don't have anything. Maybe the connections on the back for the sequential turn signals could have been a switch instead. I don't know. They look and fit great. If you guys want to pick up a set of these for yourself, again, the link is down in the description. If you want LED upgrades or overlays for your GR86, check them out on driven.media. And if you're enjoying all the content, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.